What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Sports and BS with my man Dan Rich in the house. What's up?
What's up?
What's been up with you, man?
You know, just living my best life in 2020. Quite a year to forget.
I guess so. We'll never forget it, though.
Of course. I think that was an ironic statement.
Yeah. So today we got a couple topics today. We're going to talk about the return of sports. Speaking of that, I just realized the Mets are playing right now, so let me just see what's going on there. Put that on. I don't know whether I'm really going to get into it, like especially baseball. I'm just going to, I can't really imagine getting into this Mets season or baseball season like I would in the past, but you never know what happens once you start watching. So this will be interesting how this season goes, or if it goes. I was talking to you yesterday and you were telling me that you didn't even think the season will last 2 weeks.
That's right, Jamal. Yeah, I mean, the reason I'm not getting into it is because I don't expect it to come to anything. The pandemic is raging in half the country, and it's kind of silly to me that these different leagues think that they can just be safe and it'll be okay. It's like, the safe part is what you do after you control the spread. But when spread is raging across the country, you got 1 million new cases every 2 weeks. You can't avoid it. Your players can't avoid it. And they're going to expose each other. And as soon as like a couple of them get it, just like when it shut down back in February,
basketball
or March, whenever. Yeah. Like, all of a sudden, like 2 or 3, 4 of them got it all at once. And they were like, okay, that's it.
Well, not even.
That's
it was like one.
Here.
It was one person, one NBA player got it and they shut everything down.
Yeah, but then a few more.
Then all the other leagues followed. But the NBA and Silver have been the most responsible. So
were they playing those games again?
You're kind of assuming that that Major League Baseball and the NFL will be as responsible. Like we already, like the dude from Soto from Nationals already got it. They didn't stop anything.
I know. Watch. I guarantee you, it's going to crumble like a house of cards over the next week.
So if in order for that to happen, it has to be like half the team has it,
No, I think one's like, 3 or 4 guys from a team, and then like 1 or 2 will come out from a team that they played against, and it'll be like, okay, show's over.
I think it's going to take a dude getting like really sick and like talking to the press about it.
I don't think it'll get that.
Because I think a lot of
the situation is already critical.
But like the Trump supporters and all them, their go-to is, now people are asymptomatic and they're getting better and it's not as bad. You need like something serious like death tolls to go up again.
I think once players start getting it, the unions will step in and the players will shut it down. That's what I think.
Maybe the players might shut it down.
They're not underprivileged workers at a meat plant who have no choice but to go in and work under these kinds of conditions. Like, players will fight back and not be subjected to that.
Well, I think it's like
because they're millionaires and they've got lawyers and all that.
Right, but what about the old living check to check situation that athletes, we've always talked about athletes living under?
Trust me, if you were working and all of a sudden a few people caught it at your office, you would not want to go to work either.
No, I know I wouldn't.
So that's what I think is going to happen. That's why I'm not getting into any season. And it's like a big joke to me. Where are the NBA? The NBA, they've been the safest, right? Except where are they playing their games?
Right, in Florida, but they're in a bubble. Oh. Unlike everyone else.
Oh. Why don't we just put let's just put everybody in a bubble.
Well, I should have a bubble too. That's my thinking. Like, even if the NBA, let's say the NBA is successful, right, and they get through playoffs and we have a champion or whatever, that's still a bad look because the rest of us will be out here suffering, and we're gonna be like, yo, how do these dudes? You just put them in a safe place. Put me in a safe place.
I don't believe there's a safe place in Florida. This disease, this virus spread across the whole world in a month. The whole world went to every corner, every country. U.S., as soon as it was here, it was in Idaho, Wyoming, South Dakota, New Mexico. Like,
it took a while to take off in each place.
Yeah, but the fact that's probably because of a lack of testing, in my opinion. I mean, the fact that it was at those places at all probably means there are more than just one or two people in the state. But my point is, it spread so easily, so quickly, that the only way that you can effectively stop it from spreading is shutting everything down, right? And we did that for a second, at least some parts of our country. But we didn't have the grapes to do it for long enough. And now we think it's like we're just doing a classic funny, like denial, curb your enthusiasm type thing that all of us do when like we want something to be better sooner than it is, so we pretend it is, whether it's you're better from being sick or you're better from a sports injury, and you're not, and it gets exposed quickly and you're either back in bed or getting another surgery or whatever the case may be. But now we're doing it like as a part of groupthink, like as a whole community, which is, it's so crazy to me that everybody thinks like is acting like, I mean, I just don't, the coronavirus is as bad now as it was when it started.
Or worse.
And it's just going to keep getting worse.
Well, numbers wise, it's worse. There are more people per day getting it than ever have, but the deaths are not as bad. Like in New York, at the height in April or late March and April, about 1,000 people a day were dying. Let me check that. Just in New York, I think. Now, like in Florida, and don't get me wrong, I don't believe the Florida numbers because they don't,
suppress it.
They suppress it, and they're not counting like, if it's pre-existing conditions, which is the whole thing. That's the whole thing of the disease. Like, you have diabetes or something, and then you get coronavirus, and God calls your number because right then and there. If it weren't for coronavirus, you would still be living. You would live. You might die later, but you wouldn't die at that point. So yeah, I don't believe the Texas and Florida numbers. They're saying like 100 people are dying per day right now, which is high for them.
We know it's more, but even that,
right? We know it's more, and we know it's more cases too. Because remember, even the CDC, who now is in playing politics with Trump, like he's basically shut them down, and now they're saying what they want, what he wants them to say. But even the CDC a couple of weeks ago said that it's probably 10 times the number that's reported. So they're saying 10,000 a day in Texas and Florida now. That means it's 100,000, bro.
Yeah, and instead of being 4 million infected, it means 8 million infected.
At least.
I mean, it's just, it makes me. I'm with
you. I'm with you in terms of like, I don't think these leagues should really be playing. I'm suspect as to whether it's successful. Even the NBA, and the whole time coming up to this, I was saying, I'll believe it when I see it. I'll believe it when I see it. But now I actually see it. Like they're actually playing. I'm not saying it's a good thing, but they're actually trying to do it. So
But my point is that the idea that they will be able to make it through even this limited season they have planned in the middle of a raging pandemic is just absurd.
But the whole question is what is considered making it through, and what it will take to end it. Because if you have, like, if Trump, let's say if Trump were in charge, he wouldn't care if people were dying.
Yeah, but Trump is not in charge. And
but you think MLB and NFL are much better?
Once breakouts start and the press gets wind of it, it's a wrap.
Right.
It's over. I don't like. They're not gonna keep playing while like 8 players have tested positive, because the point will be it's spreading, and you get so once it starts.
So I mean, under your thinking, and I'm not saying you're wrong, MLB should have stopped. Should have stopped right away when Soto comes down with it for the Nationals the day before opening day or on the day of opening day. He was in contact with every single player on the team. Should have been shut. Right. They went ahead and they're playing.
So here's what's going to happen now. Over the next week or two, other players from his team are going to test positive, and then players from other teams that he played against are going to test positive, and then they're going to shut that shit down so fast it'll make your head spin.
Now the NBA,
they got their finger on the button already. I promise you.
Who?
Every league.
I think maybe the NBA.
They're hoping against hope. But trust me, once people start getting it, like, they're not going to wait for someone to die.
Well,
because it's not about dying.
In 1918, during the Spanish flu, they tried to play. They tried to finish the hockey season. It's the only NHL season that ended without a champ, because they had to shut the Stanley Cup down before the 7th game because a dude died, bro. Right. They tried to play these games and a dude died. So it's happened before.
I don't think someone is necessarily going to die, but I don't think it needs to. I think once you see multiple people come down, so it's evident that it's actually spreading from this game, from this group of people being together,
right?
Then it'll be over. That's my opinion.
But I am starting to believe that the NBA has a chance. They tested people, before they got to the bubble. People, like a bunch of them, I want to say like 30 or so, tested positive. They put out a statistic a couple of days ago that the last time they tested, which was a couple of days ago, there were no cases.
But how does this bubble actually work? Like, no one's allowed to leave, no one else is allowed to come on. Like, what about all the different kinds of workers and the cameramen and the chefs?
Yeah. Well, the workers, I'm not 100%, but I'm pretty sure that they get they give them like they check and see if they have a fever or whatever.
Yeah,
at the very least. But I know the players and the all the media. First of all, they limited the media. There's only like 20 or so media, and they all had to come in and quarantine, stay in their rooms, completely in their hotel room for like 7 full days, and they all got tested every day, and the players get tested every day.
Yeah.
So that was my point. Like, they're doing that for them. Like, what about the rest of us people who are out here getting sick? It's just showing the inequality. So, yeah, but my point is, I think that the NBA has a shot because Silver is probably the only commissioner really trying to do everything he can to make it work properly. There's no bubble in baseball. Baseball, they're allowed to. The dudes will practice, they play games, go back to their family. Then they travel to each other's. They kept it regional, so there's no. I don't know if you heard, but the whole schedule, there's no like NL, AL doesn't matter. So the Mets play everybody in their division, which still includes going to Florida and Georgia, by the way, which is crazy.
Right.
But they play everybody in the AL East too. So they play their division and the AL East. So they're doing it regional, but still that's crazy that you're just traveling and then they're taking. We had a guy on Bill Roden on Sports who's like the Red Sox beat writer, and he was saying that a player texted him and said, I'm expecting things to blow up once we start really getting into the season. We have to take buses to certain places. It's crazy.
Where do you think they're staying?
Hotels.
I mean,
but the NBA, The NBA, you got to give them credit for at least what they're trying to do. They're trying to do what Trump should be doing with the whole damn country.
But it's not enough. No. Like I said when we started, what the NBA is doing is what you're supposed to do after you've successfully flattened the curve. We only flatten the curve in some parts of the country. All that work is now getting undone, and it's spreading like wildfire. And so I think that the NBA might last the longest because I don't think Major League Baseball will make it through this weekend.
That's a big time prediction.
I mean, certainly not through the end of next week for sure. Soto was like the first, like, you know, in those movies, like when the dam breaks or like the submarine or the ship, and you see like the one stream of water starts shooting through.
But he's not the first one. You know, I went and looked it up a couple of days ago. He's just the first one since the season, since opening day, right? But I looked at a list. There's about 30 or 40 guys that have, like, Freddie Freeman from Atlanta. He got it like 3 weeks ago, and then he's back playing again now because supposedly he's done with the symptoms or whatever.
So, like I said, I don't think baseball will last long at all. Basketball might last the longest, but it'll get shut down because I don't think that, like I keep saying, what they're doing is the next step. But you can't just do that while infection is raging because it will permeate their bubble.
I tend to agree with you, but I spoke to Mark Spears from ESPN The Undefeated, and when asking him, and he was like, well, he kind of got defensive almost. He was like, I don't know. Everybody's telling me to be safe, but I feel like I'm in the safest place I could be. I'm safer than I was at home, which is kind of my point. Like, he's like, I'm safer than I was at home. They're testing everybody here. Everybody's testing it, cleaning everything, blah, blah, blah. He was like, I'm safer here.
Well, I mean, if Mark says so, I mean, like I said to you before, they're getting tested. The people who are front and facing in front of the cameras are getting tested. What about the people cleaning your toilets? What about the people washing your dishes, washing your hand towels?
Supposedly they're being tested, I think. Supposedly.
But being tested doesn't prevent infection because somebody might have it.
Not 100%. I don't, And as far as I know, from what I heard like weeks, like before the bubble started, that they were like, those workers didn't have to stay there. They were going home to their family.
Yeah, but exactly. And like I keep saying, it only works when things are not spreading. So if like New York could do this right now, although New York won't be good for long. I don't know if you've seen the videos about what's going on, I think Astoria or something, and up in like Harlem somewhere. They have like all these like street restaurants out, and like people are packing the streets like Mardi Gras.
I've seen similar scenes in Brooklyn.
So it's so fragile in New York because there's so many of us all on top of each other. Like in other places, you have to you can avoid being around people all the time. In New York, unless you stay, even in your home, most of us can't. Most of us live in apartment buildings with other people in them. So,
but it's amazing that New York has been able to do what we have.
But how did it happen? Everything. I don't know if anyone's listening to this podcast, period. But I especially don't know if anybody's listening from outside of the New York region. But if you are from outside of the New York region, let me tell you that when New York shut down, it shut the fuck down. I mean,
not really though.
Well, I
hear you. It shut down for New York. Like it wasn't, you know what I mean? But
you went out in the streets, there was nobody there.
Not after like, first once we got into May, I remember I'd be walking around.
That's a couple months.
Yeah, okay. But I'm walking around and I'm like, stuff is open. Like the stuff,
But everything, they have to, basically the only way.
The thing about New York is we didn't play when it came to masks. You go outside in New York, 80% of the people have masks.
That's true. That's a second step. The first step is you have to stop the spread. You get to get the spread under control. And once the spread is under control and there aren't that many, because it spreads like wildfire, so you can't like cut it off. You know what I mean? You have to everyone just has to go home, quarantine, and then it has to take at least a couple months.
And we did that.
Yeah, except other places didn't do it, and now they're gonna bring it right back to us. And anyway, let's talk about something else because this shit is depressing.
All right, let's talk about and this is your topic. You wanted to talk about Verzuz, which is something positive that's come out of this quarantine, and probably will never leave us.
Great,
all these great Verzuz matchups on Instagram. We saw a great one. Great one the other day with I'm not sure it was the best one, but it was a great one with DMX and Snoop.
What do you think could be better?
I mean, I love the RZA premiere one. I loved
that was fun, but I didn't have the energy. That was fun. I like that one.
I had a great time.
That might be my number 2, but this one was off the wall. I felt like I was at a concert. I didn't
think it was really like a close competition. Though. It was fun.
Well, but
to me, I mean, and I'm an East Coast dude. They could have got someone better than. I mean, I love DMX, but he's not like one of the all-time great, even for his era. Like,
no, he's not one.
I don't know if he's top 10 in the era, like lyrically and stuff like that.
From about 90, probably like 97 to 2000, he was like a top 2 or 3 guy.
No,
like, he was the guy.
I don't know.
No, he was crazy. 3 albums that were like multi-platinum.
Yeah, but I don't know if I would go.
But he just fell off. He fell off after that. And
but he wasn't. But
it's like the opposite of Snoop's career.
Yeah, well, but Snoop's stuff is like straight up classics. Like as soon as you hear the first beat, whereas DMX's stuff,
hip hop head.
But DMX's stuff is like straight up classic underground.
Well, or straight up like real hip hop, not crossover hits.
Yeah, but Snoop's was like real hip hop too. It just happened to cross over.
True.
Yeah. But I'll give you this. Snoop has an advantage. Snoop had an advantage because he had Dre
and Pharrell. 2 of those songs were Pharrell's tracks too.
Well, I mean, I would say Pharrell is. Swiss could maybe mess with Pharrell a little tiny bit. You know what I mean? No. But Dre is just another level. Dre's another level.
I think Pharrell is better than Dre.
You're crazy.
I think Pharrell. Well, and now, so anyway, we can get into this a little bit, but I think Pharrell is
because you like those little sounds.
He has more variety than Dre. But Dre's top. They're both in my top 5 all time.
I mean, to me, it's Dre and Premier, and RZA maybe. And
what about Kanye? Crazy Kanye's.
Obviously Kanye's probably
Kanye's
top 5.
Beats are insane.
Kanye's great, but I've never been like a huge Kanye guy.
Wow.
So maybe that's just.
I'm definitely not a Kanye guy.
You love Kanye.
However,
you both have the same politics.
But I thought that I was on the same tip there as you as far as the mismatch early on. First of all, like the first 5 tracks, I was like, not only was Snoop winning, the songs were better, the choices were better. He was winning the physical competition. He was
always going to win that.
He was perfectly rapping along without skipping words, dancing on beat, like full of energy. DMX looked like he was going to tip over.
Yeah, because Snoop's only vice is weed. Who knows what DMX's is?
Well, so but then in the middle, DMX started coming on strong, and I feel like he made a game of it. In the end, I think Snoop won by a sort of close, I
think Snoop won, and also you're right. DMX, I was upset at DMX in the beginning because he should have came stronger. Like he saved some of his best stuff.
He left a couple out. He should have done that. I mean, I know his brain wasn't there like this, but like after Snoop did Murder Was the Case, he should have done that Omen shit.
And Stop Being Greedy, one of my favorite joints of his.
Oh, he did Stop Being Greedy.
He did, but he did it like late. You got to do that. That's got to be top 3.
He did it too middle. You got to do it either early or late.
Yeah.
But the middle was hard, and how's it going down and slipping? Like he was. It was like
came off the gate with those, man.
Yeah, but when he dropped them, he was winning. It was like another one. Like he won like 3, 4, 5 rounds in a row in the middle. In the end,
I don't even know because after like the first 6, and Snoop was, I think, probably was like 5-0-1 or so. You know what I mean?
He was 5-0. He started out 5-0. I can pull it up.
You can't recover from that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like a real game. You can't just get stomped in the beginning and then be like, okay, now I'm gonna start playing.
Yeah, I don't know about that because it's a long game. They play 21 damn songs, so going up 5-0 is a
Which
lot.
one? Like, so which songs do you when do you think he won 5 in a row? Because I don't remember that. Even though he has fire, but Snoop even only time like I thought he for sure beat Snoop was when Snoop went into like that East Side stuff. I was like, okay, you're bugging.
I'm trying to find the track list somewhere here on the World Wide Web. I'll tell you, there was a stretch where it started with here. I love my. I can't say any of the DMX song titles. But let me see if I can find the Verzuz song lineup. Anyway, I thought it made me start thinking of all the other good ones that would be. I mean, I saw somebody tweet that which I thought really capsulized it. That it was. I feel like I'm on a spaceship with DMX and Snoop, and that's how I felt. Like you just like I had the energy like I was like I was at a concert.
I agree.
And I just
it was fun.
There.
It was fun, no doubt.
All right, so as a result, we thought it would be fun to like come up with some of our fantasy verses. So I said 5. I've got, let's see, I have 10 here.
No, let's keep it at 5, bro. Relax.
You want me should I just rattle off my 6 through 10 and not discuss them?
Sure.
All right, so I had The Weeknd and Bruno Mars.
Come on, man.
What? That'd be dope. Those guys got hits.
You actually put some R&B in here?
Smokey and Al Green. They are both still alive.
You're going too far.
That'd be amazing.
Is Al Green alive?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Wouldn't that be amazing?
Because even
just close your eyes and think about it.
Yeah,
Smokey versus Al Green.
I kept mine straight hip hop.
LL and KRS. I couldn't find anybody. It's hard to find someone to match up with LL because of his longevity.
I have a KRS in one.
All right. And Lauryn Hill and Nicki Minaj.
I had that, but I scratched it.
And then the one that I'm really sorry couldn't make my top 5 that I think would be really fun is Big Pun versus Biggie. And you have Diddy and Fat Joe. Do it. That'd be fun for the hip hop fans. But those are the ones those are all my honorable mentions. None of those made my top 5 is crazy.
So we'll go back and forth with the 5.
All right.
Okay. So give me your.
You might as well start since I just did all those others.
All right. So I'm gonna give you my 5th best one. That I came up with this real quick, like 5 minutes before the show. So forgive me if they're weak. But I'll say my 5th. I'm gonna go hip hop underground here. I don't know how many thousand.
Lord Finesse versus AG.
Close, but I'm gonna go AZ versus GZA. AZ versus
GZA.
Versus GZA.
I mean, because I know AZ has put out albums.
2 albums. He about 2 strong ones.
No, more than that. 3 or 4 probably. Well, 1, 2. I think at least 3. And then everyone would have like 1 or 2 good tracks.
And GZA has Wu-Tang, and he has his first album, which was real strong.
All right. Okay. It's an interesting choice. Like eclectic. My number 5 choice is.
Wait, I got to say who I think will win. Quick.
Okay.
I think
it's GZA versus
AZ. I think I'll go GZA.
I mean, for me personally, I think it would be AZ.
Mm-hmm.
I know AZ's got more tracks that I love for sure. Plus, all his collabos with Nas.
The Nas collabo might give it.
Yeah, because you can do that too. But of course, GZA's been in, Protect Your Neck and Triumph. But I think I would go with AZ.
All right, who you got?
All right, my number 5. Now, just close your eyes and imagine this. This would be a battle.
This is your 5, number 5.
This is my number 5. Weezy F Baby, Lil Wayne versus Slim Shady.
I have Slim Shady in 1.
Slim Shady versus Wayne. They both got hits. They've both been dominant for like over a decade. They're living legends. I think that would be a great battle.
That's a great battle.
I feel like they have they both have about, in my opinion, personally, they both have like 2 or 3 great albums, and then I'm, mixed bag with the rest of the stuff. They can always pop up at any point with a killer verse, anytime. But it's not the same. Like, as, I haven't loved Eminem since, really the first 2 albums. And then in the 3rd album, I started to not like some of it.
I'll give him
after
3.
that, I never even listened anymore. And Lil Wayne, that Carter, what was it?
We had about the same
3 or 2. There was one where he was the hottest dude in the world.
That was number 2, I believe.
With Miss Officer and Let the Beat Build and Lollipop.
I forgot. I actually had Eminem and Andre 3000, but it wasn't in this 5 because I forgot.
I was trying to think of a good matchup for Outkast, but I couldn't put everybody, so I didn't come up with it. So anyway, and who do I think would win between Weezy and Eminem? Honestly, probably Weezy.
Yeah.
He's got, Eminem's great.
But you're talking 20 songs.
Yeah.
So, and Snoop showed this with his, like, if you thought a straight hit that nobody ever forgets, that's a winner, So Eminem might have, he had his first couple albums, he had about 10.
Oh yeah, he's got you will know every song.
And then he has this stuff with he has some collabos too.
Yeah, absolutely. But does he have any songs that will that can light a place up like a Millie? You know what I mean?
He might. My name is. What's the other stuff?
Or some of those joints he had with Drake. And, Miss You and Deuces, and I don't know. I just think Weezy, 6ix9ine.
6ix9ine?
Isn't that the song with?
I thought you meant the rapper.
The Weezy song with Busta and Corey Guns.
Oh yeah, that was all right.
And he's got all his Cash Money stuff,
That's true too, like the classic joints.
Yeah.
I might give,
but it'd be tough.
I'll give Weezy a slim edge on that.
Eminem's definitely got the way more he's got songs that my mom knows.
Right, like My Name Is
and Stan and The Real Slim Shady and yeah. All right.
Role Model, Bonnie and Clyde. He has some bangers, of course.
And Forgot About Dre.
Right. And
Bitch Please 2.
What's the one about where we're talking about Mariah? What's that called again?
Is that the one I'm the Real Slim Shady?
No,
it's Slim Shady.
This was a classic. What was that?
Let's see. We probably should have had this ready to go before.
Yeah, well,
started.
It's a podcast.
But it's a podcast. People can show.
It's not on ESPN. Anyway, okay, let me go to
Lose Yourself. Yeah. That's an all-timer. Stan, The Way I Am. Superman, that's one of my all-time favorites. But Wayne's got, 6'7", Lollipop, a Millie. Tell me these crazy things.
Yeah.
She used to tell me my daddy was an evil man. She used to tell me he hated me.
Real Slim Shady. I'm forgetting stuff too.
Yeah, and he's got all those poppy hits, Cleaning Out My Closet, and the one with Rihanna. What was that one he had with Rihanna?
I forgot about that one.
Something It Only Hurts. People are laughing at me that I don't know these massive hits. What was that song? Eminem and Rihanna. Love the Way You Lie. Love the Way You Lie.
I can't say I remember exactly what that is, but it sounds.
Oh, you know that song, man. That song is so big.
Just gonna stand there and watch me.
I never really liked it, but
I don't like it either. I don't like it either, but yeah, You're actually right. Lil Wayne, no way. Eminem is gonna win that. I mean, it's a good battle, but Eminem is gonna win because he's like Elvis, really.
But remember, it's up to the fans. So people hate on Eminem now.
Yeah, though that's true. So I mean, I'll be voting for Wayne. There's no question about it. Miss me a little when I'm gone. Remember that? I walk around the club, fuck everybody.
All right, how about this one? I got and these two are friends.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting.
This is their number 4.
Number 4, Method Man versus Redman.
That'd be fun.
Who would you take?
Probably Method Man because he can, he probably will be able to pull out more songs that we know through his solo and his stuff with Redman and his stuff with
they both could pull out that stuff with Redman.
And he's got every Wu-Tang album that's ever come out, every solo, Ghostface, Raekwon album.
Yeah, he was
Meth
on that.
has tracks on.
Yeah, like Cream, he did the hook.
Yeah, he's on The What with Biggie.
Yeah.
He's got
people forget how big he was.
With Mary J. Blige.
People forget how big he was. There was like a couple year time period where people said he was like a top 3 MC.
Yeah, Redman was never quite there. He's got some bangers. I'll Be That. Tonight's the Night. Time for Some Action's iconic, but yeah, I would go Meth there. But that'd be fun. Be a very smoky room, that's for sure.
Oh, no doubt. There'll be some memes in that one.
So my number 4, I'm going to tell you, it's not hip hop, but I'm telling you, this would be the livest shit ever. You're going to laugh, but just imagine this would be crazy. Like billions of people across the world would watch this. CB versus Bieber.
I don't even know if I would tune in. I mean, I know a lot of people would, but me personally, I might skip that one.
Chris Brown.
I didn't even watch the Teddy Riley Babyface one.
I mean, that's like.
Did you watch that one? Teddy Riley Babyface?
I went when it first started, but they had technical difficulties and I never went back.
But didn't they do it again?
I think so, but I was gone. I've never been a big Babyface guy, I gotta admit.
I love Babyface. I can't front.
I mean, I
wasn't a huge Teddy Riley guy, even though.
Well, Teddy Riley wrote.
That's true.
Teddy Riley made beats that you don't even know he made.
That's true.
Like that you would never know. Let me look this up really quick. But no, listen, Justin Bieber and Chris Brown would be the livest shit ever. They'd be jumping all over the place, trying to outdo each other, dance moves. They both have like worldwide hits, like more than anybody in the world. And they both. I just think they're like. They're so evenly matched. They both have controversy following them.
And they're still basically in the primes of their careers. Have there been any of these verses where the guys are still in their prime?
Well, there was who did Alicia Keys do it? What she did? Alicia Keys is John Legend.
Oh well, they didn't do one, did they?
Yeah.
I missed that completely.
Yeah, I missed it too. I caught a second of it.
But Badu and
I didn't watch that one.
I watched that. I had fun with that.
I really like them personally, but like I just don't like that much of their music that I want to listen to.
Yeah, but they were also good. Like
I'm gonna get roasted if anyone's listening.
The interactions with each other were good. It was good
for the record. I find Jill Scott sexually attractive.
A lot of people do.
But you know that was a thing on Twitter, right?
She's just a big girl.
Wait, but you don't know that was a thing on Twitter?
Yeah.
Some gamer was like, wait, do people find Jill Scott sexually attractive? Like, for real? Yeah. And he got fucking roasted alive by Twitter.
Did you see the thing? Did you see the thing she did with the mic one time?
Yes, of course.
Well, then, that'll get you every time.
Also, remember in American Hustler when she was Denzel's girl?
I don't remember that. I don't know if I saw the whole thing.
You never saw American Hustler?
I don't feel like I ever sat down and really watched it.
Wow, that's a must view. That's a must view. Great movie.
So wait, Bieber, Chris Brown?
Yeah, that would be so fly.
Yeah, Bieber probably win. Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know. CB got tracks.
He does.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Girl, I wanna, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I would skip that one though. Like I don't know if I'm watching that.
Deuces?
I like, Deuce is great. I mean, he
How
has
about
tracks.
How about Loyal?
Which one is that again?
I gotta hear it. Night. I know these hoes ain't right.
Oh yeah, that was great. But that was a Wheezy one, right?
Wheezy did the verse, but that's a Chris Brown song.
All right.
So Teddy Riley produced. He did all that stuff for Guy and
right.
all Keith Sweat.
Right.
Rump Shaker. He did Remember the Time for Michael Jackson.
Right.
He did all the Bobby Brown stuff.
But then Babyface also did all his shit, a whole bunch of production and writing.
Yeah, true.
Maybe I should have watched that just to refresh my memory.
Yeah, now I want to go back and look. I know
is that stuff like on YouTube? Can you find all that stuff?
Oh yeah, I think on the Verzuz channel on their Instagram.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah,
that's good to know. Let me go to my third.
Who do we think would win mine? Oh, you said Bieber. I think I'd go Chris Brown, but okay.
Okay, my third. You had Nicki and Lauren, and I had that too. But then I was like, I just didn't like that matchup. First of all, I think Lauren's better, but shorter career. So I went Nicki and Lil' Kim.
Nicki and Lil' Kim. That's good. I think. I think.
Do they have beef or are they cool now? I can't remember.
I have no idea. Here's the playlist for Teddy Riley and Babyface. I'm not sure who did which one. SWV right here. Tony Braxton, Love Should Have Brought You Home. Keith Sweat, Make It Last Forever. Johnny Chem Just Got Paid. Rock Steady, The Whispers. Get Me Home, Foxy Brown. Remember that one? Mm-mm. With Blackstreet. Ooh, baby.
Who did it? Teddy Riley?
You home with me tonight. Gotta get you home with me. Right? He also did Every Little Step, Bobby Brown. Is It Good to You, Heavy D and the Boys? The Show by Dougie Fresh. That was a Teddy Riley beat.
Really?
Yes.
What year was that? 86?
Like 87, 88.
Jesus.
I'm telling you, he's a G.
Oh, I know he's a G, no question.
I think Nicki's gonna take that.
Really? She takes.
Oh yeah. I mean, personally,
what are her songs that you remember?
I mean, I'm old. I'm an old guy. I'm an old head. I'm 43. Like
so you said,
Nicki's got lots of songs. The songs I know are, she redid the. You're exposing me now. You're the one who listens to hip hop.
Yeah, I know what she's done.
She did a song with Eminem, right? Monster. Something.
It wasn't
like
great. Don't get me wrong.
I know all the little
Nicki's nice.
songs.
She's nice. But if you talk straight bangers, I mean, Lil' Kim, Lil' Kim's gonna have Biggie. Lil' Kim's gonna have Biggie on her tracks.
Deeper than 6 feet.
Lil' Kim got the what's that?
From the street, guaranteed to stay down. Used to bring work out of town from Greyhound. Now I'm Billboard bound.
Press the hit. Like
thinking I'm a chicken.
I think Nicki will take that. People just go crazy with stuff.
Rather count a million while you eat my pussy.
Yeah,
that's because she had Biggie writing for her.
Oh well,
Nicki writes her own stuff, doesn't she?
That's what she says.
Yeah, all right, you got me. I would go with Kim. That'd be fun. But Kim looks crazy, so you think you felt sad watching
Kim would be out there looking like Michael Jackson.
Yes. All right, my number 3 would be the greatest thing that ever happened in the world. Ever.
So why is it 3?
It's a little obvious, though, but it would be the most amazing thing that ever
happened. Why is it 3 then?
Because I want the top 2 more.
Okay, what is it?
And because it doesn't feel that original to me. It seems like obvious.
It might be one I have that I'm saying.
It's the most obvious one, but it's like, it would be the most amazing thing that ever happened.
What?
Beyonce versus Rihanna.
Oh. You scared me. I thought you were going to take mine.
Tell me that wouldn't be the most amazing event that ever happened. Beyonce and Rihanna in a room trying to one-up each other with their great.
It would be better just to see those two in a room.
Right? They'd be having wardrobe changes. They couldn't just have one outfit for
but Rihanna's just she's too ill. Like she would just pull something out the bag.
Yeah, but
and do something. She might show her titty or something. You know what I'm saying? Like
I mean, Beyonce is competitive, hyper competitive.
I know, but but Rihanna will just take it to a level, like in terms of like showmanship.
Bro, Rihanna's is my number one. So
yeah, Rihanna, you know what I mean? Like should have dudes thinking they had a chance. You know what I'm saying?
I know you want to see me naked.
Rihanna's ill with hers. But on the music, I think Beyonce probably would take that.
I mean, Rihanna though has hits. Like she's a hit factory.
Umbrella.
I mean,
she's winning when that comes on. She's gonna win.
How about that joint from 2 years ago that I was just doing with Khaled? Wow, wow, wow thoughts. When I'm with you, all I get is my thoughts. That shit is fire.
That was great.
And
Beyonce got a few of those.
Replay.
Beyonce got a few of those. Depends what Beyonce played against that. You know, Beyonce got a lot. Obviously, a lot. She could go with Destiny's Child.
Yeah, I don't even know all the Rihanna songs though, because
exactly she doesn't. She's an interesting artist. Like
Diamonds. How about remember that one?
Mm-hmm. That was a good one.
You know that song, Work. You know that song, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right. You know Pon de Replay.
Mm-hmm.
Take a Bow, right?
I gotta hear it.
Don't tell me that you're sorry, 'cause you're not. Baby, when you know.
Your voice is killing me. I can't recognize it.
I can't do it. Let's see. What are the other tracks here? You the One. SOS. I remember that one. 4 or 5 Seconds. That one she had with Kanye.
Don't remember it.
I guess they're not as big as Stay. That was big.
Beyonce she go to her like Lemonade album. That was ill. And then she got all those
and the Jay-Z song.
Girls Night Out joints. Like her shit is
Well, yeah, I mean,
what is it? Like what am I thinking of?
All the Single Ladies?
Yeah, Single Ladies, all that. I mean
how about To the Left?
To the Left, oh my God.
Oh yeah. I'm a Survivor. Bill's Say My Name.
Oh my goodness. She's so big that people forget that she actually has joints.
That Halo joint,
massive. She got a few.
Crazy in Love, Ego, and
Beyonce's taking it on the music.
Yeah,
but
sure.
Rihanna might steal it in terms of what she does in the room. Rihanna could steal it,
and she'll like smoke a blunt and Beyonce will get mad.
She'll do something, and be like, I don't care what music you're playing. I'm giving it to Rihanna. I don't care. Rihanna won.
Who you got number 2?
My number 2, you mentioned KRS. KRS versus Ice Cube. Who you got?
Good. I got KRS because KRS, he's got the old school joints, right? He can come out with The Bridge Is Over, South Bronx, 9mm.
Cube has NWA.
I know. You Must Learn, all that. But then he can come out with like Black Cop and what were some of those other like solo joints he had later?
Oh, he had a lot, man. Like the Channel Live joint, remember that?
Yes.
He had. Let me pull up my KRS-One playlist because he got some nuts stuff.
But then again, he doesn't have anything as big as It Was a Good Day. You could argue It Was a Good Day is the greatest song in hip-hop history. It's not mine.
I can't.
It's in that list.
I can't say all that.
That song is what? That song is so
KRS Sound of the Police.
Sound of the Police.
MCs Act Like They Don't Know.
Step Into a World. Remember that one?
Yes, that was crazy. But then his old school is crazy, and just like Cube. But I think you're right. I think KRS could hang with Cube old school because he has Criminal Minded, all that. Like you said.
Yeah. No, but Cube is gonna come out with Fuck the Police and Straight Outta Compton, and
Bitch is a Bitch.
I Ain't the One.
I Ain't the One.
And then flip it to his solo stuff.
America's Most. All those. What was it? Gangsta Fairy Tale.
Steady Mobbin'.
Once upon a time in the projects.
Remember Steady Mobbin'? Jackin' for Beats.
Yeah.
Like, he had hits.
But
Wicked.
KRS 9mm goes bang. Bridge is over, like you already said. Remember, I'm a blunt being smoked. I can't.
I'm a blunt being smoked, and I can't get up. No, and he had the song with Tim Dog. Can I get a yes? Yes. Can I get another yes? Yes. Yes.
I was laughing when Snoop
I get wreck is the name of that.
Snoop did the song where he's dissing Tim Dog for Dre. Remember that?
I know.
That was
and
great.
He was very politically incorrect.
Well, yeah, that was an interesting thing about that battle.
Yeah, he didn't censor nothing.
And DMX he was just oblivious, like that you're supposed to not say stuff now.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, he's intent. DMX, I mean, that's what I expected from DMX. But yeah, I think that Ice Cube, because KRS has classics, of course, but he doesn't have.
Remember, movies don't count. Movies don't count now. Remember that.
I know, but those are anthems. You know, It Was a Good Day and Straight Outta Compton, Fuck the Police. Like,
I mean, yeah, those are like just stamps on hip hop.
On culture. All right, so my number 2, I mentioned this to you when we were texting last night. It's the Dream producer, Matt. It's, in my opinion, the 2 best producers ever. But they're not just producers, they're performers too. So that would really make it a dope comp. And that's Pharrell and Kanye. Get those 2 in a room and let them battle with their biggest hits ever. Forget about it. Forget it.
I think Kanye would probably take it though.
I don't know, man.
See, you're bigger on Pharrell than me. And Pharrell's great.
I mean, I don't know if Kanye ever had a hit as big as Happy. Happy is like worldwide, like Gangnam Style.
Yeah,
like little kids.
Is that going to win? Will that win him a battle? Like,
all right,
but Happy on? Are people going to bug out on it? Like,
all right, frontin'.
What's Kanye's best song ever?
I mean, what? God, you have to think of everything he's produced too. But let's see. I mean, Gold Digger.
I might take that over Happy.
Flashing Lights. The stuff he did with Biggie in Paris. Dun 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 dun. Remember how big that was when it came out? Come and meet me at the bathroom stall. How about Maybach Music with Rick Ross? How about, what was that? That Shit I Don't Like.
Yeah.
Right? And what was that track he had with 2 Chainz? Mercy.
Yeah, with Big Sean.
Yeah, I mean, oh man. Can't tell me nothing.
Yeah, yep.
All Falls Down, The Good Life, Drive Slow.
He has a bunch of Jay-Z stuff.
Oh, my favorite beat ever. Guess Who's Back? Kanye West on the track. Guess Who's Bizak? Still smelling crack on my clothes. Don't make me have to relapse to these clothes. Oh man, so remember Drive Slow with Paul Wall?
Of course.
And all that Pusha stuff?
Yeah, I think Kanye would win that.
But hold on a second.
I mean, you gonna put the clips up there with that?
Pharrell gets the clips. Pharrell produced the clips.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, that stuff is great, but I don't know if it messes with that Kanye.
How about Frontin'? Remember Frontin'?
Mm-hmm. He has some Snoop stuff, like you said.
Blurred Lines, that Robin Thicke song. I think he did because he's got lots of pop stuff. Like, didn't he do Holla Back Girl?
Yeah, he has a lot of stuff. He has stuff with Khalees. What was that Khalees joint?
Milkshake.
Yeah, Milkshake.
They did all those mystical hits they did. Shake Your Ass.
He did that?
Yes. He's in the video.
Pharrell make it competitive, but I think Kanye would take it.
I think I'm forgetting some of his biggest.
And you can't even, the rapping is not close.
No, of course. But Kanye doesn't write his own stuff anyway.
That's true. He used to, I think.
Anyway, so I can't find. I should have come with songs to back it up, but I know Pharrell has produced.
We're just throwing ideas out there for Verzuz.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
but I would die to see Kanye and Pharrell in the room together doing that. That'd be amazing. All right, who you got number one?
Number one.
You better not have stole mine.
Probably did, but we were talking. You
stole mine.
Yeah, I stole it because we were talking, and you were like,
this
Jay-Z.
is my number one.
We were talking about Jay-Z, and we were like, who would he battle? And for some reason, I didn't think of this dude, but it's the obvious choice. Jay-Z Nas.
No.
Jay-Z Nas.
No.
That's got to be it.
Listen.
Gotta be it.
I've got news for you, my friend.
Jay-Z Nas.
Nas couldn't F with Jay when they first went up against each other, and you can't mess with him now.
What? If he throws Illmatic joints on there and his second joints on there, he has a.
So Jay-Z
he's gonna win.
I don't need to look these up. These I can just do off the dome. And what's he gonna do when Jay-Z throws on Big Pimpin' and Hard Knock Life?
Jay-Z has more.
And his shit with Kanye and his shit with Beyonce.
Hard Knock Life is like
his shit with Mariah Carey.
Hard Knock Life is basically a pop song though.
That shit bang.
It's not. It won't beat. It won't
banger.
beat. But Hard Knock Life won't beat a lot of stuff that's on Illmatic.
Yeah, but he could also bring up Money Cash Hoes.
What about where he talks about the gun?
All right, yeah.
I don't know if you could beat that. I really don't know if you could beat that.
Listen. Nas is great. Nas is great.
Very great.
I love Nas is like. I love everything on Illmatic. You can run everything on Illmatic.
And then Ether. First of all, I'm going to keep it real.
Uchiwali.
I thought, Uchiwali is kind of corny.
Uchiwali's his verse is whack. But that's an all-time classic.
But
song.
Ether, which I thought I think Jay-Z won the battle.
Yes.
I think Takeover was better than Ether.
Yes.
But if you listen to the public, and I think maybe part of it is that people were rooting for Nas.
Yeah, it's like an underdog kind of thing.
Yeah, but
he's like more understated.
People swear that Ether won that.
You want to know what the honest truth is? Nas is cooler than Jay-Z. And that's why people like him. But like the catalogs just do not compare. You cannot compare.
No,
Jay-Z, but I remember back when we used to go to clubs.
We're not talking full catalogs. We're talking 20 songs.
But I mean, like that's.
If you had to go to 40 songs, then I give you Jay-Z easy.
No, but
if you're talking 20 songs,
I think Nas will bang for like 10, 12, and then it'll be like.
You don't think Nas has 20 songs?
All right, no, he does. I'll tell you my number one. What I think would be the real battle would be put Jay up against a modern day, someone challenging the throne. Let's get a MJ versus LeBron battle. I want to see Jay-Z versus Drake because Drake has 20 number one hits like that. Boom, boom, boom. Like every album he releases, he's got 5 all-time classics every time.
Yeah,
so
but
he can go for days.
Drake would fuck it up because he would try to put some songs where he was singing. Like he would put like 5 just R&B songs in there. So he would sabotage himself in that battle. No question.
Those songs are
just good, like he sabotages all his albums.
Yeah, but I mean, I think that would be a fun battle to see. I think Jay would probably pull it out, but Drake has lots and lots. I was trying to think who actually has the magnitude of hits like Jay. You know,
yeah, you're right about that. But you're talking about radio hits, and you're right.
He's got everything. Jay-Z's got all of them. Whatever kind of crowd you want. You want just straight hip hop? You could just go with like stuff from Reasonable Doubt. You know, Cashmere Thoughts, and
I'm talking about Drake.
Oh, yeah. Well,
and Drake has some of those too. Maybe a lot of them, if we think about it. But you're right. I think that's fair in terms. But that you're talking about full catalog, and top 20, it'd be tough. But I think Jay-Z would get the nod just out of.
But you also have to consider like Drake is now top dog in an era where he gets to do guest appearances for all kinds of pop songs.
Yeah, but that's not winning. That's not going to win these battles.
Well, sometimes you pull out like that.
Like what? Give me an example.
Like RZA was pulling out like all kinds of random stuff he did, and
at the end they did way more than 20 songs too.
Yeah, I know.
Like they started doing stuff for fun at the end.
But I do think that like you can't go heavy on that stuff. But it's like what we were talking about with Eminem versus Weezy before. Just the recognition, like, oh yeah, he was in that too. He was in that too. He did that song with whoever, Katy Perry or whatever, Bruno Mars, Adam Levine. Like,
I mean, that's a fair comparison with LeBron and Jordan, because just kind of like that, Drake came up in the no hand check era, like he's allowed to be who he is. If he would have came through in the 90s, he would have had dudes would have straight tested him on some like physical stuff.
Yeah, no, he's an actor. That wouldn't have been acceptable back then.
Right.
Like, Jay-Z actually dealt drugs. Drake was an actor raised by his Jewish mom in Toronto. He was on TV as a teen.
He has lyrics saying that he used to sell drugs.
His heart.
But I think that other dude wrote that.
Exactly. His biggest problem was like borrowing his uncle's car.
Very talented, talented guy though.
No, yeah, Drake's great, but he's no Hove, right? And Biggie's still the best of all time. That's the only thing that's off with the comparison. Yeah. It's amazing. You could go listen to Biggie. How a man from 30 years ago or 20 years ago 25 years ago, can sound like cool, like his slang never gets outdated. He would just make up lingo. You never heard anybody else say, casually, I say we got to float, throw little C's, the keys to the boat. Who says we got to float? I never heard anybody else say we got to float when it's time to leave. And I never heard anybody else call a car a boat. But he does it, and it was just so silky smooth.
Yeah, that was that Brooklyn.
Yeah, so he's still the best ever. That's Jordan.
Yeah, well, like Jordan. If Jordan would only play like 4 years in the league and won championships every year or something.
Yeah, true. Yeah. So who is it? Brandon Roy?
No.
Brandon Roy's got a super high rating on 2K.
I know. He was good.
So before we go, though, you want to talk about this AOC and your boy Yoho, Senator Yoho? Isn't it ironic that's a guy named Yoho?
I mean, this stuff.
Isn't it great?
The whole political thing.
Isn't she wonderful? Isn't AOC? I love her so much. I think she's like, man, her mother must be so proud of her. Like what? Like she does everything perfect. She never does anything that she makes the right choice at all times. That speech was perfect. I'm glad she said every word of it.
No, she's great. And it is like she does show
weak men are scared of strong women.
But it's beyond that, because she shows you how racist these people are.
Yes.
Because, I got there's dudes who I went to school with down south who not dudes. There's one dude I went to school with down south. I got along with him, cool, but white guy from Alabama, and I was showing my wife Monique this the other day, how people come at her and attack her on some complete racist bullshit. Like there's a meme going around and she's like, and it says where she's like, I quitted. Like I'm like, she doesn't talk like that. When have you seen her talk? Like she talks perfect English. Like where are you getting this from? Like it's the most racist shit you've ever seen. Like you're attacking her for. She's not even like that. What are you talking about? I think you never listen to her speak if you think she speaks like that.
Yes, I think it's misogynistic too. I think it's not just.
I quitted. That's like some straight Hispanic. You're saying that Hispanics can't talk, and because she's Hispanic, she speaks like that. Get the fuck out of here. And it's a whole like that Yoho guy. He fits right in with that. That's why he came up to her. He has this rage in his head. You know what I mean?
This is what has become of 4 years of Donald Trump, that congressmen on the steps. It was before
Trump. It's the same stuff that they did to Obama. Remember, you lie. Remember that?
Yeah, but when you think back to this thing that caused controversy then, versus back then it was somebody just being a heckler. You lie. Disrespectful. Don't treat the president that way. But not profane.
Why don't we do that with Trump?
No, but hear me out though. It wasn't profane. It was inappropriate. Now you've got a senator calling another senator a fucking bitch in front of reporters.
Congressman, a little slight.
Congressman, sorry,
right.
Forgive me. In front of reporters, like, do you see the gulf? Like how far we've come? It's so disheartening and inappropriate and disgusting. And the Republican Party, I mean, it's like when Hillary called them deplorables, it was more of a prediction of what they would turn into.
They were deplorable. They've been, you know.
Yeah, but now
right.
people like Matt Gaetz and Jim Jordan, like they're just the scum of the fucking earth. And they're going to burn. And really, hell, they're going to burn in it.
But they're burning the country down with it. You know what I'm saying? Like we started the conversation on all this coronavirus stuff, and they are the reason we're in this. This, Trump couldn't do any of this on his own. Remember,
and they continue to be the reason.
Trump needed their help to get elected, first of all, and to do anything he talks about, and to not be impeached. They had to be with him lockstep. And they are.
No kidding. I know. And now they're and anybody who speaks out against him, not only do they face his wrath, they face the whole party's wrath. Just look at Mitt Romney and Liz Cheney. Though I'm not like in agreement.
They don't want to help
politics.
They don't want to help people.
Those are true public servants.
They don't want to help people out of jobs now. They want to cut the unemployment. Yeah. They're saying, it's a disincentive.
Do you know why?
But they're saying it's a disincentive to give people money for unemployment because they won't want to work. Isn't that the point? We're trying to keep people home. It is supposed to be a disincentive.
You know why he called her a fucking bitch? Do you know why he said she was crazy? Because she made a statement linking a rise in crime to poverty.
Some obviously true shit.
Right. And this dude went up and used that kind of language.
And his fake is non-apology.
And then he tried to say it's okay because he's passionate, because he grew up poor. I mean, that's why I love the way she pulled his fucking card and was like, having a daughter doesn't make you a good man. Treating people decently makes you a good man. And by you using the words to me, you told every man that they could use that word against your daughter.
In his apology, he said something like, I'm not going to apologize for loving America. What does loving America have to do with that?
Listen, the Republican Party has basically embraced assholeness because that's
you're being nice. Like that's an understatement. More than assholeness. Like,
although I got to say, I miss some of these guys on your Facebook feed. It's not spicy like it used to be. Can you bring that dude back?
They must have known that. Like, I don't understand why they're not speaking anymore. Like, what happened?
I know they're not. I know they haven't changed their minds.
No. But they might know deep down that they're.
Listen, man, I'm just terrified because I think they're going to I know they're going to try to steal the election. I'm terrified they'll succeed.
I mean, it's fair to be terrified.
Can you imagine 4 more years of Trump?
No. I mean, I might head to Toronto for real.
Yeah, same. But the problem is he's gonna destroy the whole world. So you got to go to Mars, Jupiter. All right, man. This is a good one.
Mets win. They just finished 1-0. You care?
All right. Let's see if they.
You don't care?
I just
Diaz with the save, 1-0.
I just feel like they're not gonna get 10 games in.
I'm 60 games. Does that?
Let me ask you a question. You know how they're talking about how everybody was kneeling before the game. Did they kneel through the anthem?
No,
they took a knee before the anthem,
right?
And then they stood up during the anthem.
Yeah, like the Cowboys did. Remember that? Remember the Cowboys did that?
Yeah,
with Jerry Jones. Same thing. I actually put that on social media for Bros Pod as
What's corny is the way that the media is just reporting it like some kumbaya shit. Like, look, everybody's doing it. Everything's fake.
Right. So for you, that lessens the significance, right? Because that was my question. Does it lessen?
1,000%.
I agree.
1,000%.
Yeah. I mean, it's a cop-out.
It's a cop-out. They're
do it or don't do
it. They're backing down. And it's not going to change anything. If you want to change, you need to ruffle feathers.
And it's also baseball, right? I mean, baseball, football, like they're not really about that life. And you know,
well, there are hardly any black players.
Exactly. How many black people, you know, playing? I mean, technically, I think there are a lot of black people if you count Dominicans and Puerto Ricans. But you know,
but they don't.
That's a whole nother podcast.
I don't think Dominicans and Puerto Ricans probably feel the same.
I think, you know, it's not. You're definitely not a black American who has a whole different experience.
Right. I mean, some of them. I saw Ioannis was wearing a Black Lives Matter shirt.
Oh yeah. I mean, you know, most of them know what it is and who they are, but it's the same as like, you know, Africans.
Not Sammy Sosa.
The same as like Africans compared to black Americans.
What about Sammy Sosa?
Yeah, I don't know if he knows who he is.
I don't think he does. I think it's Jose Canseco, to be fair.
I think he's in the battle against Nicki Minaj.
That's a fair point.
Yeah,
they definitely go to the same surgeon.
No question. All right, man. Good stuff.
I don't think we're going to have a fantasy season.
I was thinking about that today.
I don't want to start collecting money from people. I don't think the season is going to happen.
Well, but remember, you're hard line on one side. I bet you all your friends think there'll be a season. All your boys in Smell Vision probably think there's a season. They're not as hardcore as you.
I've been dying to stop doing that.
They want that season.
I mean, I love fantasy football too, but I just don't see it.
Oh, NFL is going to try.
I know.
In fact, they came out with something today saying NFL that training camp is going to start as scheduled. They give less of a fuck than Major League Baseball, and you know that. So if baseball started, the NFL is like, oh, please, we play in the season. It's going to take a disaster for them not to do it. We're not talking about the NBA now, who actually pretends to care. NFL's not even going to pretend to care.
Yeah, but like there's so many more players, and the contact is so much closer.
But there's also players in the NFL that need the check.
But they're not. It's not going to be their decision. Once it's going to become
whose decision is it?
The league, because it'll be a liability. Like
that's what I'm saying. You know how bad it's going to have to be. We'll see, and we'll see what college football does. I'm telling you, college football is similar.
Colleges aren't even going to happen.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. It's about the money. It's about the money.
Just watch, because the way things are going now, the cases are going to be like at ridiculous numbers because it's increasing exponentially. We had 1 million more cases reported in 2 weeks. That means 2 weeks we'll have 1.5 million, and in another 2 weeks.
I'm not sure because Florida. I mean, maybe other states, maybe New York will peak again. Who knows? But Florida over the past week is plateauing and still ridiculously high numbers. I'm not giving them credit for anything. But Florida, Texas, they've stopped going up. They're just pretty much staying 10,000, 9,000 range. So I don't know if it continues to go up at that rate. It's not right now. It could. We'll see.
All right.
I think deaths will start to.
Of course, and the beds are going to fill up everywhere.
Right, they're already filled.
Doomsday. It's coming.
All right.
Peace.
Peace.